Alright, what's up, everybody? So, today we're going to be talking about some things that you can do to help improve your aim, your gameplay, and just your overall capability to win gunfights in Apex Legends. Something that I do before I get into my matches for the day and before I really get into it in my stream is I run some 1v1s, either with a friend or I'll uh, I'll just look for a random person to run it with, or sometimes if I don't have anyone to run it with, I'll use the live dummies just to practice. It really helps with your mindset for the game. It really locks down your aim for the day, and it just helps you improve overall on a day-to-day basis, and it really just helps you see the things that you need to work on every day before you get into your actual matches. All right, so the key thing that we're going to be working on in these warm-ups is 1v1s. So you're going to need someone to do these 1v1s with. You can either do it with any friend, doesn't matter how good they are, if they're better than you, worse than you. It's just another person that has like unique movement, is constantly doing something different, so that it's some legitimate practice that you can get. It's not just against a dummy that is standing still. If you don't have that, in the moment, you can always use different discords to look for a group, look for someone that wants to do 1v1s with you, or you can activate the dummies if you really need to, so that at least you have something that's moving and doing different things constantly. Alright, so all you have to do is make sure that you have nothing in your inventory. Come out of the spawn, make your way over to the furthest little cubby over here. Get a character that can bring yourself up on top of this thing right here. And then you crouch, look straight down, and you change legends.
That was enlightening.
And that should activate it if you hear that little clink sound. And then if we go over here, now you'll see the dummies that are usually standing still are moving. This one's very dumb. Right, middle one, or the left one's very dumb. This one's kind of dumb, and this one's just a tiny bit dumb. But it'll give you some practice. So to start off with, you're going to want to get your preferred loadout. It is recommended that you and the person that you're 1v1ing run the same thing, so that you guys can kind of feel off of each other. You can kind of understand how to play against that loadout while you're also learning how to play with that loadout. A really good loadout to run is like your preferred SMG, a Volt, a 301, a Flatline, and then maybe a Wingman. Wingmans are really good at practice. They get your flicks down. They help you with your snipe shots. They'll help you with your wingman shots. They'll help you with your shotgun shots. They help with everything. Once you get that loadout, head up to the 1v1ing area, and you're going to want to focus on a couple things. You're going to make sure that you're constantly moving. You're mixing up your movement, AED spamming. You're toggling. You're spamming your crouch key. You're doing wall jumps if you can. You're throwing in whatever you can to make yourself as hard to hit as possible. You're going to make sure to work on your positioning. Always stay near cover when you're in your 1v1s. You want to give the opponent as little free damage as possible. And also pay attention to your health as well as your opponent's health, right? When is it a good time to push? When is it a good time to play back and really try to farm that damage and make a comeback, right? You need to make your playstyle play to the situation that you're in the moment. Some things that I would recommend not doing is wasting your time on guns that you really don't need to warm up with, right? So don't run shotguns in a 1v1. You're not going to get much practice out of that. They're guns that are already giving you some free skill, right? And the goal here is to have as much improvement in practice as possible, right? So don't run shotguns, don't run golden guns, don't run devotions, different things like that. Guns that are kind of like free damage in a sense. And also a key thing to remember is that at the end of the day, it's all about just improving, right? So even if you're number one in the world, or if you're brand new to the game, there's always room to improve. There's always a way to get better, and that should be your goal, right? Is doing better than the day before. Make sure that you are figuring out what you're doing wrong in your 1v1s so that you can get that skill down. That's a very important skill to have. You want to make sure to be able to have that skill so that you can do it while you're in a regular public match or while you're playing ranked. You want to be able to figure out what you can do better whenever you're in a fight, because more often than not, at least one portion of why your team loses a fight is because you did something wrong. There's always going to be a way for you to be able to play better than the way that you played in that instance, right? And then also, another thing to work on is how to objectively help your teammate improve, right? So when you're doing your 1v1s, try to find things that your teammate can do better. Don't just be like, oh, your aim's garbage. Be like, hey, I noticed you were playing way out in the open on this one, even though I already had you really low. Maybe you should work on having better positioning because you're giving me a lot of free damage, right? You want to make yourself better, but then you also want, because right now they're your opponent, but maybe it's a friend of yours, right? So they're going to be your teammate in a little bit when you guys go into your ranked match or you guys go into your casual match. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed